gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. This one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't even welcome at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate first should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it, a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels. So I walked towards the main building of Mako Academy, brisk pace. I'm alone. Parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. Grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park. Clean walkway going past trees, smell of fresh cut grass, all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Plus, it makes me shock. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. New life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leaf canopy. Too big and tiny for just. Everything seems off. Different from what I. Uncanny Valley. Even though I was told. Back of my head, it doesn't feel. I wonder if the feeling is real, caused by my expectations or for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. Kinda eerie. It makes me wish there was something I could myself to something tangible instead of having the feeling that I stepped into another dimension. Trees hum, flashing all around. Catch my attention. Makes me think about hospitals. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. Am I feeling so anxious at all this green? Only after I stand in front of the body main, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous, this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Nikai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom science teacher. My name is Matao. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy. Looks at his. Head nurse asked for a brief check-in visit. There's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon's probably fine. Should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher. You want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't it normal? Of course, not everyone likes to be the center of attention. Probably one of those people. But I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right. But it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about the condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. Third door down the third floor corridor is marked with the classroom for class 3-3. Tao opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the... Get a grip. Big step, I know that. There isn't any point to worrying so much about it. Not this. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around partially so I won't have to make curious gazes of my new classmates. Pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. The entire wall taken up by blackboards, high old-fashioned windows make it seem. Students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath, books, wooden chairs, metal frames, simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. And why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. And I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendencies to listen when someone's talking about it, I tune out the teacher halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash, dark hair, see that someone is looking. A girl with really long straight hair that's pretty eye-catching. As she sees the back of her, she covers her face, hands as if it will make her invisible. There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear end of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motion. Sign language? Peers at me over the rims of her glasses, and goes back to whatever she's doing. Kind of cute. There was the cheery looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. Really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. Claps his hands, and so does everyone else except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks, applause I did not deserve. Collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. After that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be looking at him intently, and when he's done, clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. First row girl claps on this round with one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. Going to be doing some group work today. That'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. He's the class representative. He can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to do that better, right? How can I know? Teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of three. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Well, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh right, Hakamichi is over there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute bubbly looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. I guess you're Hakamichi, right? Nice to meet you. Ha ha ha. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. Nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi-chan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. Looks like she is staring at me the whole time. Nods once, nonchalantly, to show that she acknowledges my presence. Only barely. It has short, yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval glasses, balanced on the tip of a nose, and dark blue eyes that alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bold. Nice to meet you. ... She immediately looks at Misha, also makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Akamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher is messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people. Who better to explain things to you?" You can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think it was Chan. Chan is deaf. I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. Says it's nice to meet you. ... You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Sachan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student. We didn't know you would be here today. So soon, Chan, right? Chan? Yep. Fits, doesn't it? I say it out loud. Just a surprise. I've never liked it. I don't really see how. Fits. You look just like I imagined. ... Hahaha. Yeah, you look just like a Hichan. Wonder why everyone seems to think so. ... Akamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. Gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, her hands. She seems a little overwhelmed. Haha, sorry about that. Chan wants you to know that she's the class rep. Anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. ... Do you like the school so far? You can show you around a little. You haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles, hard word a bit, stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks. That would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kinda came straight to class today. ... Hahaha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always. Even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Sachan? Haha. What about where you're going? Guess I didn't bother to do that. Didn't care enough to do. I didn't look forward to it, even if I admitted along with it, half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything. I signed some ends in the rug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over my. Both of them are smiling. That shrug hit me unexpectedly deep. You look down. You okay? ... Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you test. Wahahaha. God. Alright. ... Ah, and another thing, you don't have to call Sachan something so formal like Hakamichi, class rep all the time. Call her Sachan. ... Haha. Okay. That's too casual. Maybe you should... appropriate. ... Yup. Nune is fine. Okay. That would be a lot easier. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly. I feel like I'm an idiot being so apprehensive early, especially about what I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. ... Exclamation point. Huh? Oh, right. Haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shichan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it, or the end of class. Wahaha, that too. ... Izune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the... ... After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. Nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class despite our late start. Shune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. Class rep is calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, two of them did most. I feel guilty. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descended ever below the lobby where I met Mattel, down at the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern, in contrast to the classic exterior. Big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. The cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed. There is a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patient. I pick something at random and follow Shizune, table sitting opposite her. As I nibble indifferently, I'd rather not eat. Isha pokes me in the side to get my attention and push to Shizune. ... Don't understand sign. Point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks. Proper. Like, want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides. Ask if there is something. I wonder.